Hey everybody, Chris here from ZR Tactical, and we are going to the spring horse today. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. So assuming that this video doesn't get taken down because I talked about doing things that aren't, because I used a metaphor, we're going to talk about spring rate today. And we get inundated with questions about which spring do I choose for my use. Admittedly, we need to update our guide, our spring guide. That's a lot harder to do than it is for me to update the website. So always defer to the website. Whatever it says under the product description, if it says 15 is not the sauce for you, that's the most up to date. I can do that in like 10 seconds from my desk. Everything else takes a fair bit of work. Like shooting a new video after our last video from 2 years ago, and then taking that down and shooting a video a year ago, and here we are again in the summer shooting a video about springs. I digress. Let's talk about springs. So we have, this is an 18-pound captured spring. Drew's gonna be mad at me. This is a 17-pound captured spring. I chose a black one so that you can actually see it and so that I can tell the difference because they all look the same. And then here is a 15. Note, they are all the same. Now, just to add confusion to the fire, and there's the V-SPEC. So, now that you've seen me take apart guns unnecessarily, we have 18, 17, 15, V-SPEC. Note, they all look nearly identical. That's because they are nearly identical. They all start off as the same rod. They all use the same washer. They all use the same snap ring. They get different springs, and then obviously the nitrided versions are treated with a nitride coating to make them black. What you're gonna find is that these three are listed together on the website, 15, 17, 18. The stock spring, which I do not have one laying around today, is 18.6. So it fits about here, and it's got a polymer rod where ours are all stainless steel construction. So the difference between your stock and your 18 is not significant. It's a tremendous increase in mass because this is a stainless steel rod. It's like 310 thou thick versus a 1/4 inch poly rod. So you're talking about a significant increase in mass, significant increase in weight, not a significant decrease in spring rate. These are great for shooters who don't want the poly, but they don't want to mess with the gun much from stock. Your 17 is going to be our primary recommendation these days in the straight spring rate category. This is a 9% reduction, same amount of mass as the other ones because the nitride does not add any appreciable difference in weight. But the 17 pounds is going to be a 9% reduction. This is a solid reduction. 9% doesn't sound a lot because everyone's got the Coles brain where they're like, oh, if it's not 30% off, it's not a lot. That's not how it works. 9% is a lot. This will cycle all your factory ammo. This will cycle, I don't know, not minor power factor hand loads, but like factory ammo or factory-ish ammo, this will run just fine. If you're gonna run plus P self-defense loads, 18s aren't a terrible idea. If you're running regular range stuff, you know, target stuff, 17's great. Now, we used to recommend these to everybody like crazy, the 15. The 15 is venerable, it sells like crazy still, a lot of people use them. These do not work in Pro X PMMs, they do not work in F-series guns at all. They just don't have enough return to battery. Something about the tolerances on the barrel and the comp in the slide on the Pro X, it just doesn't have enough sauce to get that guy into battery reliably. Maybe if you put 1,000,000 rounds through it and everything's loose and well worn and beat to death, maybe she'll run. We have very, very low success rate with this rod in that configuration. In your, I don't know, let's say you've got a 4-inch F that you send to us and you have it ported. Now a 15 is a better option. This is a light slide. You're lightening it marginally further with the port work, but you're also reducing the dwell time, so you're reducing the thrust rearward. So the 15 is going to be a better fit. Where it's not a great fit is on your, it's clear, 5-inch steel frame. This is an enormous slide. Like, the difference in weight, I only have so many hands. I'm doing my best, everybody. So the difference in weight alone between that slide and that slide is significant. It may not look that significant from where you're sitting, but this is wider, it's heavier, it's longer. Typically it runs a bigger optic, so you're talking about a lot more mass. All that mass is requiring, or is depending on a very light spring to force it back into battery. Not to mention you have to overcome the extra forces of the extractor, stripping a round off the magazine, contact between the second bullet and the bottom of the barrel. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. It's not just, oh, well, my slide is the only thing that needs to go forward. You're overcoming a lot. 15 works great for hand loads, for lightened guns, for modified guns, for very experienced shooters with well-worn in PDPs. In that case, 15 is probably going to be fine. We recommend the 17 because it just works. Blanket statement, it just works. Speaking of it just works, but slightly better, this is where the V-SPEC comes in. The V-SPEC, with its longer spring, and you can tell because it looks more wiggly, for lack of a better description, side by side. See how it's got, there's more coils, and then it kind of snakes around, it gets a little serpentine. What you're gonna find with this is that it has a softer recoil impulse. It is able to attenuate that rearward movement more softly, but then because it's got the extra coils and it's got the custom rate on it, it is able to return to battery with more force than your 15, which is why the 15 is, it's where the 15 falls short most often, is on RTB, return to battery. So if you're shooting competition rig, if you're getting into porting, if you are not really going to use it for self-defense, but this is going to be something that's for fun and you want to keep it flat and you want to stay captured and you have a system that is not long stroke compliant, V-SPEC's your guy. This is a great guide rod. It is the same form factor. Like, if you put these all in a bundle from here, obviously we know which one's the 17, but like, you have to look at them to see which one's obviously different. The long spring is the magic on the V-SPEC. It fits everything the same as the regular standard length rods. This will work in your 5-inch gun, this will work in your 4-inch gun, this will work in your 4-inch F PDP. So let's circle back because that's a ton of information. Which one's this? That's 18, so that's almost stock. That's 17, that is a 9% reduction. 15 is a 20% reduction. And we're talking about RTB force. That's what's the most important, because if it doesn't return to battery, it will not go bang, and then you're gonna have a bad time, especially if you're counting on it for anything, whether you're counting on it for competition or you're counting on it to get home safely. Almost stock, great do-it-all. This is for the range. Like, this is, we do not advise you use this if you're using it to defend yourself or someone else. The V-SPEC walks the line between all of these. It is fast, it is flat, it is super fantastic to shoot. That's a lot of adjectives. For that, I apologize. But again, self-defense, go 18. Do the plus P. You're talking about a lot of force. You need to attenuate all that force. You need more spring to do so. And it needs to go bang no matter what. General purpose, range, super nice range. Those are your options. If you got more questions, watch the video again. Buy them. Oh, better idea. If you have questions, buy them all and then shoot them and then tell us in the comments which one you love the best. I think that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon.